Am I the jerk for handing my mother-in-law her own gift back at the dinner table in front of 22 people? Here's what happened, and why her next move told me I wasn't wrong. It was Christmas Eve, 5 months after I had my daughter, Ruby. I was at my in-laws' house in Ohio, and I still had about 15 pounds of baby weight I hadn't lost yet. My mother-in-law, Carol, had never exactly kept her opinions about that to herself. So when the gift exchange came around and she handed me a big box with a bow, I should have known. I opened it in front of the whole table. Inside was a book called The 30-Day Reset, Because You Deserve Better. And taped to the cover was a gift certificate for a cleaning service. 3 visits, $240 worth. Carol smiled and said, "I just thought you could use a little help now that the baby's here. Some people would call it thoughtful." I looked at her, set the book back in the box, slid it across the table, and said, "Thank you, but no thank you." The table went dead quiet. My husband Derek grabbed my arm under the table and whispered, "Just say thank you, it's not worth it." But I didn't take it back. Carol's sister, my aunt-in-law Pam, actually laughed out loud and said, "Well, someone finally said it." That's when Carol's face went red and she said, "I was only trying to help," and left the room for 20 minutes. Here's the thing. I get the argument against me. It was a family dinner, not the place to make a scene. And Derek's right that I could have just smiled and dealt with it later, in private, instead of embarrassing her in front of her own sister. Maybe I owed her that much, even if the gift was cruel. But I'd spent 5 months hearing comments about bouncing back, and that box felt like the last straw dressed up in wrapping paper. Derek and I still argue about it. Carol didn't show up to Easter. What I keep coming back to is that a gift is supposed to say, "I see you," and hers said the opposite, out loud, in front of everyone. Funny thing is, everyone at that table remembers the book. Nobody remembers what anyone else got that year. AITA? Let me know in the comments.